Good day, good day, good day. Today, Sunday, chilling day. Very good day if you are in IEOs and altcoins. Um, and as you can see, we're currently on a laptop in which everything is a little bit less professional, as you know. But we're going to discuss altcoins today and the top crypto altcoins to watch. And this is not going to be a video where I'm saying the next 100x because that's just moon and fancy. We're just going to discuss coins that have been interesting and are still interesting and why they are. Usually from the TA background, as you know, but we can also start including FA in the near future. First of all, I want to say thank you for the increased interest in my YouTube videos and the good feedback I get. 6,000 subs, which is 1K in 2 weeks. I highly appreciate the enthusiasm and the replies and reactions I get from you. So I want to, on this Sunday, thank you for that. Today, the top crypto altcoins to watch, and as you know, every Sunday it's Altcoins Sunday, so we're going to discuss about 7. First, a slight dia show in which we're going to go through some theoretical stuff, and after that, we're going to chart every altcoin for like 1 or 1.5 minutes and just go through the charts as well. First, rephrase from last week. This is not financial advice and can't be taken as. It's merely my own view, and you should only use this information for your own analysis and your own plan and your own strategy. I'm not responsible for anything. But what we have been saying in the previous altcoin videos is that the momentum is shifting since the halving. Bitcoin hype was there, and that caused the price of Bitcoin to rally from like 3.7 to 10k, as we know, and we also seen the pre-halving dump to 8k, and since then we're just ranging around and making a compression. Right now, actually, short-term people are switching from bull to bear within a few $100 drops. My view is still remaining the same. If you want to see it, you can go to Cointelegraph. But the point I want to make is that since the halving passed away, altcoins have started to accelerate and started to wake up. For instance, Zilliqa has rallied 1200%. Even AV continued to rally. We've seen Cardano breaking out. We've seen some other smaller altcoins doing really well. Nimic doing great. And more importantly, altcoins have been started to release their roadmaps, upgrades. So there's more sentiment and momentum going from the BTC halving and from Bitcoin towards altcoins. I actually see that the overall engagement on altcoins is higher at the moment, which is an interesting feature as seemingly the overall market sentiment has been switching since the halving, and it apparently states that, for instance, the majority of the project have been waiting for a better sentiment in the market and have been waiting for instance, the Bitcoin halving to pass by before they released the new updates. So that's interesting, but it's a good progress for the market. And we can trade altcoins, and I don't understand why people just want to get that few $100 drop on BTC as a short while the trend is still upwards, and you can just trade altcoins safely, which I've also discussed yesterday in the video. But yeah, everyone is fine to do whatever they want, obviously, but I'm just focusing on altcoins right now as they are providing some great entries and some great trades. If Bitcoin drops, it's buy the dip season still. Well, TA wise, we know the 100-day and 200-day MAs are crucial. The altcoin market cap is above this, total market cap is above this, but the altcoin market cap has still much to regain. And the altcoins are breaking out of multi-month accumulation ranges, and when they break out of these typically called accumulation ranges, they get an impulse wave to the upside. And what you know is that the market can surprise you in the extreme drop downs in which altcoins drop 99%. So they can also surprise you on the upside, which means that they can run faster or higher than you were expecting in your mind. That's the irrational part of the markets, which we also experience right now in the equity markets. So I can quite surely say that 99% of the people did not expect Zilliqa to make a 1200% rally since March 12th, which is interesting for you to know that when they break out of these ranges, you should use the higher time frames to just get the levels there straight to plan, but also understand that when they start to run out of a 10 or 12-month accumulation range, they usually rally harder or higher than you were imagining. And there's a sentiment switch in which buying the dip can become very interesting. However, can these altcoins come back into these ranges at some point? Definitely. The BTC pairs can, as the BTC pairs are also depending on the BTC USD value. What I mean is that if Bitcoin rallies from here to like 20 grand without a stop, altcoins drop heavily in their BTC value to just level out on USD, but then they can come back to this level and accumulate back again, which you could actually expect in next year to occur, or like later on. If you go back in the cycles for coins that started in 2014 and experienced the 2017 cycle, they are back to levels before the 2017 pump. So for that regard, you should be aware that altcoins in BTC pairs can come back to that level, but the USD value probably can't. And if they start a trend, you should just be focusing on buying the dip. But as you know, if something starts to run relatively fast, there's a high chance you won't get an entry any short term, as it's just continuing to move and flip support resistance levels. So which altcoins should be watched? We're going to discuss several, as we always do. You can see the list here, which is Verge, CELR, One, PERL, CTSI, Basic Attention Token, and STRAT. So now we're going towards the charts, in which you can already see one. In this case, you can see CELR, which I want to discuss first, as we have been discussing it many times in the previous updates. And the crucial part here is that you can see that we are witnessing higher lows and a constant SR flips, in which we can see one here. We can see that we've held here, through which we have seen a wick, but we've closed above and confirmed this OP as support. Over here we can do the exact same, and now we're breaking into this range. We have been moving in prior to the whole crash in March, in which it's just following the plan we have been discussing previously, that we're now above the 100-day and 200-day MA as well. So what should be watched if you want to get an entry? Well, I'm already in since a long time on this one, but if we get an entry around this zone over here, which is the low of the range, around 0.3 cents to 0.35 cents, we can assume that we are going to test the range high and the liquidity above this high. So we can expect that if we get this entry over here and another support resistance flip, you've got another buy the dip opportunity in which we can just continue rallying. But why is it interesting is that these newer coins don't really have any backholders at the moment, which means that the older coins have backholders and have increased sell pressure, while these don't. So if it breaks out of this range, the first next resistance is relatively here, around 1 cent, but then you're actually focusing on 2 cents, which makes the next move even like 300 to 500%. Will it happen in the next months? I'm not sure. It seems more likely to have a corrective move later on than the next cycle to be that. But we have been testing this resistance for a few times, and if we flip this zone, it's assumed that we can have the 60 to 80% run, after which we might retrace a little bit. But if we break above and keep this 100-day, 200-day MA confluence, it's expected to see a continuation rally, and then we might even get a new AV going. If we check the BTC pair, we can see the exact same thing. We were consolidating between the 100-day and 200-day MA, and now breaking above, through which the support resistance flip of the 37 to 38 level is a nice interesting long entry or add-on entry if you are long already. Range high, as you can see, is between between 52 to 55 satoshis. We might reject there and consolidate for a little bit and make the add-on. If we break above, the next resistance is at 80, and then you can see that there are just large gaps towards 120, 180, and maybe even the range high at 250, which means that this is an overall rally of 500%. And these altcoins are relatively new, small, are progressing, and did not have any cycle prior to crashing heavily after the listing, which means that their upside is giant. Another one, actually another two, are Harmony. I've also been discussing this one. We wanted to see it hold at 36 to 38 Satoshi. Currently we are doing, which is heavily needed if you want to see continuation. Right now, preferably you want to see the same level like 45 hold, but it's not bad if we make a drop to this area. You don't want to see it drop below 42 to 43 Satoshi. So if we get an entry here, that's highly likely to be a buy the dip opportunity, as I'm not suspecting us to break the 200-day MA in one go. If we do, which is the 100-day, 200-day. If we do, the next target zone is 72, but as you can see, after that, the sky is the limit, as we are for the first time ever in an uptrend as well. 1 USDT, similar figure, might be flipping the 200-day MA for support, which is confluent with the horizontal level here, which is around 0.4 cents. If we do, the next rally could be to the range high, which is another 100% from here, which is around 0.7 to 0.9 cents. And as you can see, after that, the sky is the limit. So if we get a retrace here and test the low for support and make a higher low on higher time frames, that next rally is going to be a heavy one. Final IEO we want to discuss is PERL. It's just barely starting up. We wanted to see the green level hold for support is done. Then the 200 sets level is done. Right now it's testing a significant resistance zone, but if we keep above the 215 level over here, it's suspected that we can continue rallying. And then the next real level is around 335 for a corrective move. 285, 335. And then you can see the exact same occurrence here, is that we are breaking above the 100-day and 200-day MA. So 215 is highly interesting, and then we can see continuation towards 335. PERL and USDT fighting the 200-day MA, compression going on, sideways movements breaking above the 200-day MA, and then we can see continued rally towards either 3 cents or 3.7 cents, which is another 100% move. So quite short updates on these. Cartesi is showing strength recently, green area hold for support. As you can see, we're currently fighting above the range. Breaking through, rejecting at this range. Preferably you want to see it hold here, but if we get a retrace on a 4 hour but on the day still in an upwards trend, this area here could also be given an entry, as then we are still above some impressive moving averages. We're still making higher lows, so the trend is still intact. Preferably you want to see this hold, but it could be that we are losing this, and then you can expect a test of the liquidity below this level, in which we make a higher low here. Next rally you can expect it to run towards 600 to 700 sets, so you want to get that higher low entry going. Right now it's not providing one, but either for the scalp you will be looking for the support test here. If that is lost, you're going to look for this level over here, and then you can just see let it run. Then we have got some other coins, which are a Verge, which is a different structure, and it has the halving coming up, which is causing hype. Broke through resistances, broke above the 100-day and 200-day MA. Over here, as you can see, flipped the level. Higher time frame support area is around 56, 58. I doubt we will get it, but if we get it, that would be a nice buy the dip opportunity to continue the rally. If we hold here around 66, 67, it's similar to the support resistance flip of the range of Verge at 90, Zilliqa at 95. So if we get this, then you can also start accumulating here and get another entry here if it's possible. Next targets are still 100 sets and 135 to 145. So within these uptrends, you can see that you don't get the clear entries back again, But if there is a buy up dip opportunity, it's a good and nice structure to get in, which creates the highest risk reward. Then we have another one which is really compressing. I'm not going to use indicators on this one. I just want to show the compression on this. It's already accumulating in this range since July last year, which is 12 months, through which if we break above this range high above 3000 sets, after we are now currently getting above the 100 and 200 EMA and starting to make higher lows. If we do, you can expect us to rally back towards the range high at 6000 sets if we flip and hold this 2000 set zone. So this is one of the coins that I'm also heavily interested in or watching, as we have this compression construction. As you can see, compression, breakout, compression, breakout, compression, breakout. Every time when you see a large compression, the larger it gets, the heavier the volatile move usually occurs after that, and the first higher time frame resistance area is around 5000 to 6000 satoshis. And then the final coin is also compressing, heavy accumulation range, finally getting above the 100 and 200 EMA. Altcoin, but this altcoin has huge liquidity gaps, in which I mean that the previous compression area or support level is already 2.5x from here. The next one is, or even the bigger one, is around 5x from here, which means that if it breaks above this range high, which is between 45 to 5000 sets, it can easily run to 10 and probably even to 20k sets without money resistance. Plus, it's already improving on the fundamental part as well. There are still startups, so it takes time for things to develop. Obviously, if we hold the area around 3900, it's assumed that we can see continuation on this one as well. So I'm looking for an entry here for probably a day trade towards 55. If we break 45 to 455, next trade can easily take us to 8 and 10k sets. So this is a small overview of 7 coins that I'm currently watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please like, subscribe, reply, or follow me on Twitter, or join my Discord group. And thank you for watching, and have a wonderful Sunday. Cheers.